I'm thinking a lot about perceptions lately. As I head out, walking through the forest on a pretty sunny, not so sunny, cloudy, murky, wintry day. Walk up here almost daily. The last couple of days, I walk usually further down that way. There's a section of forest, and I'm pretty sure there's a cougar in that area. And we have them sighted around here where we live. Pretty rural. It's on this sort of the side of a mountain. Walking through the forest. Some sections that I walk, it's a little thicker forest, and this is a little more open. There's one section over there, I'm pretty sure there's a big kitty that lives in there. And perceptions, they're so important in our communication, central and core. It's the heart and liver of communication, I'll say. And I often wonder how often people stop and check them. I know I have to remind myself often, stop and check my perceptions. And certainly in that area that I'm walking, where I get a pretty strong sense there's a cougar around, I'm just a little bit more alert, trying to use more of my senses for my perceptions, keeping an eye on that dog, because she's probably more the target than I am. You never know. And sometimes I find that quite frequently, I've been guilty of this. I hear lots of people, I've been subject to it. Some people don't use a whole lot of their perceptual abilities, myself included, when interpreting words. And I'll often go through this in a communications course and talk about words. Is when we're looking at a text message, an email, a social media post, a tweet, Facebook post, whatever it may be, we're only looking at the words. And those words can shapeshift quite dramatically depending on the context, the person, what they intended or otherwise. And so, be careful when you're interpreting messages that are only text. Check your perceptions. The most direct way to do that is to check with the other person. What do you mean? Or what did you mean? Or in any workplace, I'll try and use this or suggest it. Say to somebody, go talk to them, phone them. So now you've added a whole level of different senses and filters that you can use to clarify your perceptions. So I've certainly sent messages in return and gotten feedback from the other person saying, whoa, I think you're a little out to lunch on this one. But if we can have a good, respectful dialogue about it, we can realize, it comes down to our perceptions. Yeah, you're right. I didn't use all my perceptual skills and abilities here. I was just interpreting the words that I saw on the screen. And these words mean this. Different words mean different things to different people. So for example, I might mention to somebody who's lived most of their life in a city, and I'm walking through the forest with nothing but a phone and a dog, and I'm pretty sure there's a cougar around. They'd be like, what the hell are you doing? That's their perception. I don't feel too worried that it's gonna come and attack me, but never know. The thing with cougars is you wouldn't know until they're on you anyways. But that's the thing when you live in rural areas and walk through the forest. There are other critters that live there, big and small. Perceptions. Sometimes they can be a cougar in the forest. Sometimes you never see them. Sometimes you do. If you do, they wanted you to see them. So just be careful when you're interpreting your text messages. Try to be a squirrel in the forest, a little lighter, rather than a cougar. That's what I'm thinking about as I'm walking in the forest today.